Have you ever pondered why some chess players always seem to have the upper hand during the middle game? The answer lies in the mastery of middle game strategies. This critical phase of the game, often overlooked, can make the difference between a triumphant checkmate or a regretful resignation. It's where pieces dance and dart, kings seek refuge, and pawns dream of promotion. Once you comprehend the core concepts of the middle game, you'll see the board with new eyes. The mastery of middle game strategies separates the good players from the great ones. The simplest concept in the middle game strategies is the safety of the king. In the turbulent waters of the middle game, the king's safety becomes the lighthouse guiding your strategy. Just like a sovereign in his fortress, the king must be well protected to withstand the onslaught of enemy attacks. One way to ensure this is by employing the technique of castling. This special move not only tucks your king away behind a wall of pawns, but also brings your rook into play. Castling can be your shield and your sword. On the king's side or the queen's side, it's a strategic decision that depends on the specifics of the game. However, timing is crucial. Castling too early or too late can expose your king to threats. It's a delicate balancing act that requires foresight and understanding of your opponent's intentions. Remember, the king's safety is paramount. Neglect it, and you might just lose the game. Once the king is safe, it's time to focus on piece activity and central control. Active pieces are the heartbeat of your game, capable of dictating the pace and direction of the battle. A well-positioned knight, a rook on an open file, or a queen with a clear line of sight can change the course of the game in your favor. Your pieces should be like dancers on a stage, moving with purpose and grace, each contributing to the harmony of your strategy. Now let's talk central control. The center of the board is like the high ground in a battlefield. It provides more mobility and better attacks. Controlling it allows your pieces to reach any part of the board quickly, making your game more versatile and unpredictable. It's like being at the crossroads of opportunity, with all roads leading to victory. Remember, active pieces and central control are the keys to dominating the middle game. The third concept is understanding the pawn structure. Now let's dive into this fascinating aspect of the game. Pawn structure, quite simply, is the configuration of your pawns on the chessboard. It's one of those subtle elements that can make a world of difference in your mid-game strategy. A well-maintained pawn structure can serve as a formidable fortress, providing a robust defense against your opponent's attacks. But that's not all. It can also open up avenues for your own offensive maneuvers. Pawns, in their unassuming way, can control important squares, create space for your other pieces, and even pave the path for a future queen. There's an art to shaping your pawn structure. It's about balancing stability with flexibility, defense with attack. It's about understanding the dynamic nature of the game and adapting your structure to meet its demands. Remember, a good pawn structure is the backbone of your game, providing both offense and defense. Starting from the simplest and progressing to the more complex, we now delve into the middle game concepts of chess. At the heart of these concepts lies the most complex one, the art of strategy. In the chess battlefield, strategy is your game plan, your roadmap. It's the overarching concept that guides your every move and countermove. The significance of a clear strategy is enormous. It's akin to possessing a compass in a dense forest. Without it, you're simply wandering. The art of strategy involves not only planning your moves but also anticipating your opponents. It's about thinking several steps ahead, a mental dance that requires a profound understanding of the game. Top players are not merely reacting to their opponent's moves, they're forecasting them. They're persistently asking themselves, if I were in their shoes, what would I do next? Furthermore, a key part of mastering the art of strategy is understanding your opponent's strategy as well. A seasoned player can discern the tactics and strategy of their opponent and predict their next moves with a high degree of accuracy. This requires a comprehensive understanding of the game accompanied by a razor-sharp perception. It's this foresight, this skill to think from their opponent's viewpoint that sets them apart. However, remember that strategy is not a rigid plan set in stone. It's flexible, adaptive. It bends and shifts with the game's ebb and flow. You must be prepared to modify your strategy based on your opponent's actions. This is where tactics are introduced. Tactics are the instruments you utilize to implement your strategy. They are the individual moves that aid you in achieving game plan. A well-thought-out strategy can completely sway the game's momentum in your favor. It's the culmination of all the elements we've discussed: the king's safety, piece activity, central control, pawn structure. All these elements harmonize in the art of strategy. And the mastery of this art, combined with the ability to understand and predict your opponent's strategy, that's what constitutes a truly exceptional chess player.
Hey, check this video out to make sure that you get more important information to bring your chess to the next level.